Oh my gosh. I see plants. You see the plants? That was too much zoom. Oh, but I actually held the phone still. You can see it. Usually when I zoom in that far, you end up like zoomed on a light pole or a blade of grass or something. Hey, what's up, garden friends? Jeff here. How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. I'm great. Hi. How you doing? Spring. I know. The car's filthy. I don't know what the deal is. I didn't think we got any rain last night. I got in the driveway and it's covered in brown dots. All the cars are. So apparently it did rain. It rained mud or something. I don't have an intro here other than, hey, I'm at Lowe's. Probably going to go to Home Depot too. Because I want to grab some plants. It's time to get some color out on the patio. There's no color. We need some color. And there are 2 flats of pansies and a flat of lobularia. So there's stuff out there, but there could be more. I think it'd be fun to just have a few days of gardening and just get all kinds of pots potted up and some stuff done. Just to add some color. There's a lot of cleaning that needs to be done, and I should do that first, but why not have some color out there to surround myself with while I'm cleaning, right? Listen, sometimes you just want to have fun and don't feel like cleaning. I did cleaning all morning. Now it's time to go look at plants. Friendly reminder that my computer is broken, so I'm no longer editing my videos until the computer gets fixed. I'm just putting things together, and whatever awkward things happen. Oh, the color. They're $1 something 9, or they're just 90. Color. These are nice and big. I was just talking to someone. Excuse you, noisy cart person. I was just saying to someone how I can never find the pansies anything other than the 6-packs. It would be nice to find something bigger, but I don't know. I'm not crazy about these. Do they have any that I would be crazy about? I kind of like this one right here. It's sweet. Look at that. Okay. Oh, it's just one and a bunch of red. I kind of like that one though. Could they just put one variety in the pots? That would be awesome. Something that's not these. I mean, these are pretty, but they're too dark. Just gotta set this one back in here. I think this one might be better. Yeah, it's got some yellow and some purple. It's good. Okay, and there's the packs. Love the packs. Nice color. If you're gonna get sick of me talking about color, you should probably just switch to a different video, because that's probably a lot of what's gonna be happening here. Purple tulip? But that's pretty. Oh, there's a Pericalas. I always kill these. I overlove them every single time. Well, really, the problem I have with them is when it warms up, I forget to back off on the watering and to relocate them. You should put them, unless when it warms up, they kind of seem to get shocked. I don't know, they don't transition to the warmth very well. Oh, hey, this is a new setup. They don't usually have things laid out like this out here. That'll be interesting. Salad mixes, strawberries, any herbs? No herbs? That's okay. I mean, they could just got everything in. Lots of greens. This would be a good time to put some greens out. I just don't really feel it. They're so boring. Necessary, but boring. I say necessary because, mostly because I feed them to the animals, the tortoise and the iguana. They all get greens, but that tortoise, you know, I'm a big guy. You have to grow a lot of greens to keep him fed. I mostly buy his stuff. Shrubbery. Little giant arb. Oh, these are just the ball forms, right? Yeah, 4 feet high by 4 feet wide. Minus 30. Tough. Emerald greens. Love that. Don't know if you could hear the beeping. That's the glucose monitor. Let me know that I need to calm down. More tulips. Pretty tulips. Oh, if that's actually the mix that's in here, that's going to be really pretty. But you know it's not. They can't fit that many of these things in there. Who knows what you're going to get? That's going to be cute. Oh my God, I'm so happy right now. It was such a long, horrible winter. These are beautiful. Blue-eyed African daisy. Don't want to go overboard. I'll only get 4. Just tempted to get a whole flat. Okay. These look good. I like the colors. I really like when they have the purple and the yellow. Those are nice. Trees. Look at the weeping habit on this cherry. I'm assuming willow. Okay. I saw the reddish tone. Thought it was a cherry. Very pretty. And then fruit. Lots of fruit. Some apples. See some peaches. Fantasy red maple. Perfect purple crab apple. How big do you get? 15 by 20? I do not expect these tags to say whether or not they are persistent. No, that's not going to say. Not going to say. I think spring snow is a persistent one, isn't it? I can't remember. Persistent, yeah, I'm going to make sure I'm still recording. That means they hold on to their little crab apples all winter long. The birds will pick them off and stuff, but it's nice. It's a nice color to the landscape. Red buds and dogwoods, like to see those. Good to have natives out. Some nectarines. Oh, this is a cute little birch. Just a clumped river birch. Cute. Huge. I would like to get a birch planted, a white birch, but I don't know where I'd put them. Been digging around trying to find like dwarf varieties. White spire clump birch. How big do you get? 30 feet. Well, that's smaller than all the other ones I've seen. But if I do it, I would like for them to be of a decent size. I want to be bigger than this. Also, I prefer to buy my trees from the local nurseries. Not always, if you find a good deal. Look at the plums. Oh, those are pretty. Love a plum tree. Not crazy about plums, but I like the trees. These are so freaking beautiful. Oh, prairie fire. Classic. These do really, really well here. They do well in most places. It's a pretty tough crabapple. 20 high by 20 wide. They are persistent-ish. That's what the tags say. I don't know. A lot of people I know have them, and I don't usually see the fruit hold on for very long. Oh, look at the magnolias. I have no idea if you guys can see anything I'm filming because the sun is directly in my face. Beautiful. I miss my magnolia. My big one. Mine was a Soulardia, I think was the variety. Maybe a Sue, I can't remember, but it was so pretty. But it got magnolia scales, so it had to go. The black tulip, there's a smaller one. Huh. Nope, don't do it. You're just saying. Just talking about the black scale. Don't do it. Not black scale, magnolia scale. The shrubbery. Trying to remind myself that I still have like truckloads of plants that are coming in the mail, so I gotta take it easy and try to remember what I already have coming too. These are nice looking yews. Like that's got some good shape to it. They should all have good shape to them, but they usually do not. Variegated red twig. I love the red twig dogwoods. The pothos. That's not supposed to be out here. Lots of little lilacs. Plenty of little spruces and boxwoods. Some hollies. Yeah, trees. And trees. Lots and lots and lots more trees. Apples. Cherries. Nectarines. Fire dance dogwoods. Those are pretty. Are they variegated? I think they are. No, they're not. Well, they're nice. I'd like to do the Sergeant Pepper dogwoods this year. They have a beautiful spring and fall color on them. And now we're talking Phlox Louisias. What is this? Cress? I can't see your tag. Candy tufts. The dianthus, they smell so good. Lots of primulas. Okay. Ooh, this is fun. Look at this dianthus. Oh, I think it's just dirty. I was thinking it had some kind of dark eye to it. It kind of, no, it's just dirty. I'm picky about my dianthus. I like the ones with the more silvery blue foliage and a nice pink flower. This is pretty good. Super Trooper. Little small. Especially for $12.98. I don't think so. Actually, I'll probably get it. I'm desperate for plants right now. I'll probably get it. This is beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that stunning? Oak leaf blue primrose. -20. Super hardy. Don't know what I would do with it for $12.98, but it's really cool looking. They have the pinka blues. I'm only gonna get one because I would prefer to get that from a local nursery, but I wanted to get several more of those planted this year. And the hellebores. God, I just don't understand why they're so freaking expensive. You can't even see the flowers without bending over. And they are cool. They're very pretty. Where'd this? Oh, it's from Lucia. I really like these. I think I got one of them last year. Just one, because of the price. They're the celestial pansies. They have such pretty color. Viola. What I should do is actually just put it out in the landscape. Because, it's a viola. That'll reseed and come back. No, what am I? It's $10. I'm spending $10 on a viola. Ooh, look at the ranunculus balls. It's not a bad price for all this. It's an assortment. I don't really care for the orange and the yellow ranunculus. Or the red. Ugh. Not really. I like them all, but I really prefer the pinks and the whites. Oh, here's some pretty flowers. This is the cress, right? Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. Not beautiful enough to get, but I like it. I'm still thinking about that dianthus that I put back. I should probably go back and get it. I'm still thinking about it. Ooh. Hello. Okay, that's beautiful. I bet it's a little bit more. It's 22. This is a premium ranunculus. My gosh. Oh, but look at it though. Look at it. This is still chock full of blooms. I should get it. I should not get it, but I'm going to get it. I only say I shouldn't get it because it's just so early, but they'll be okay. Okay, I know y'all are going to want to see the houseplants, and the music isn't too terribly loud, but we're going to make this quick, because I want to go to Home Depot too. Yeah, here they are, houseplants. Oh, no, just rubbing spider mites and who knows what over my perennials. They're actually, well, these are looking pretty good. Not necessarily the stuff in the clearance rack, that's to be expected. What's wrong with you? Why are you in clearance? It's slightly overwatered, but otherwise looks fine. Oh, those don't look too good. Trying to move the camera nice and slow so you can take it all in. There's some fun things. This is a very pretty pothos. Very pretty epiprenum. What are you labeled as? Not labeled as anything, just epiprenum pinnatum alba. Okay, well that's the proper name. Very pretty. Nice looking plant. Looks dirty though. I want to wash it. There we go. And almost done. I mean, there's tons of little stuff over here. The alocaceas and lots of peperomias. The variety has picked up a lot, and I do appreciate that. Good color on that ring of fire. Oh, they have little Sifritzies. Or microspatics. Which are you? You look either dusty or mighty. Or both. Doesn't say, just says palm. Are you just really dry? I would like some more bamboo palms, but I would also like for them to be healthy. $30 is a good price for this size. If they were healthy. These guys are really dehydrated. I'm gonna talk to someone about a markdown. Maybe get these. Before I do that, here's the rest. Here we go. Plants. Lots of plants. Oh, I just remembered I'm in the little car. Oh no. Oh, doing good. You know spring is happening when you got too much stuff in the back of the car and you gotta rely on your camera to see what the heck's going on behind you. I should put the window up. I need to have the window up to go inside a Home Depot because it's right next door to Lowe's. Do not think there's gonna be room to get much more. I doubt they'll have much more. It's pretty much the same thing everywhere you go this time of year. They did discount the palms, only by $5. I thought they could have done better, and I said that. They said they couldn't. I was like, okay. They countered me with, well, you know, the trade war that's going on, the prices on everything's going to go up. The palm trees are going to be coming in a few weeks. Are going to be really expensive. I'm like, really? Yeah, that's true. Inflation is a thing. But I wasn't asking about brand new palm trees. I was talking about the ones that look like garbage. So that point was totally irrelevant. I was just wanting to know the clearance price on plants that needed some TLC. That just let us down there. But still, they're a decent size. So I got them. But they are going to need some spraying and some care. They're bamboo palms. That's the only reason I went for those. Were Majesty palms? No way. What do we have here? Fruit? Lilacs? Yeah, lilacs. Lilacs and hostas and tubes. Clematis. Nice. Again, these are things that for some reason I just prefer to get them from local nurseries. I don't know where I draw the line, but I have one. I think it's because I trust the local nurseries to bring in things that they already know are going to do well in our area. And the Love and Peace rose, those will do fine. The roses will all be fine. I guess that's the same thing with the lilacs too. Oh, this is a really pretty climber. Very pretty. Climbing Pinata. Oh, what a fun name. Do you have much of a description? Is it a description I can actually read? How do I get to... I need to read this. Pull the whole tag out so we can have a look at this. This is just how to plant it. Don't need instructions on that. I just want to know if you're a rebloomer. Ideal for fence or trellises. Trellis. Light fragrance, 6 to 9 feet high. Oh, that's so pretty. But I don't want to impulse buy on perennials, especially roses. I have a lot of roses I'm going to be planting this year. They're ones that I spent some time picking out. That's beautiful. Who knows what it actually looks like, so, right? I mean, it's just a picture. Love and Peace, it's a classic. Anything else over here? I don't think so. And it looks like it's just trees and shrubs. Lilacs. Lots of lilacs. A whole bunch of the fruit cocktail, multi-fruit grafts. These are good size. Okay, so they have a lot more perennials, trees, and shrubs, and not much with the annuals. Kind of got the opposite thing going on here. The espalier apples. You know, I love those. Ooh, flamethrower red buds. That's not the best picture. They're very pretty. Lots of red twigs and arbs. So much color. By color, I mean green. Oh my god, these are absolutely beautiful. The golden curls willows. So pretty. Man, I don't have anywhere where I could plant a willow. It'd be a bad idea. But dang, they're so pretty. Oh, I love them. And that's partially because, you know, it's a big pile of them. Seriously, look at that color. If I could just have a whole pile of them. Oh, there's only $29.98. No, don't do it. It would be a bad idea. You do not want to impulse plant willows ever. Pinky Winky standards. Already got some hydrangeas out, huh? Hello, hi. Do you approve, Turbo? I get good stuff? Yeah, I know. Abrupt change. I'm home. There wasn't anything left to see at Home Depot. But where's he going? The dude's getting way too comfortable. We have rules. Yucca's looking decent. Petunias, I mean, for all the snow we had, looking about right. Busted out the Gorilla Cart. First time of the year. It could use a cleanup, but I'm not doing that right now. Doing pretty things right now. I'm gonna unload the car. We can have a look at some fun plants. Are you so happy? I know, it was gone so long. I'm so sorry. Okay, but you shouldn't do that. Turbo, hey, get down. You wanna get in the Gorilla Cart? You can get in. You can do it. Up. He's thinking about it. Okay. All right, okay, get back. We're not going on a car ride. You've never been in the trunk. What is that? Stop. There's so much color. I put back the ranunculus that I had shown y'all in the video, and then I picked out two different ones. It's the end of that story. All they had at Home Depot were just a few little piddly things. I did grab a pin cushion just because, well, I love these. They're beautiful. Oh, I just realized I'm not mic'd up. I need to speak up. Or put the microphone on. That would make a lot more sense. My bad. Look at that. Actually, we have the camera facing the right way. There's Turbo. Remembering to make sure that yep, they're both on. You know, it only takes one time where you record something and find out you didn't have your audio on to be very paranoid and check that over. Look at these shadows. And check things over and over and over again. So you already saw most of what I picked out here. I did end up grabbing one of the silver something or other dianthus, the Super Trooper Silver Pink. Just nice color. It's not quite as silvery in the foliage that I prefer, but it has that nice smell. Can you smell? Go ahead and give it a sniff. It smells great. Smell that? Oh, it's so sweet. I love the spring smells. They're so refreshing. I don't know. I have things piled up here so that I can get the patio cleaned off, and I probably shouldn't set stuff down, should I? Don't know why I'm whispering. It's because the pool's not open. There isn't enough background noise out here. When the pool's all covered up, I feel like I have to whisper. What I may end up doing actually is maybe just go ahead and plant some of these up. Oh, here's the bamboo palms. I might go back and grab a couple more. I really feel like they should have been marked down a little bit more, because you know in a couple weeks it's going to be in a dumpster. Nevertheless, it was a good price. These things, they grow so fast and they're real sturdy. They can take a good amount of cold. I just love them. And they're really good plants to have around when you want to give someone a plant. I mean, not these. They need to give these some love first, but you know what I mean. I'm trying to not make too much noise here. I'm going to see. Can't make some room in these containers. It's amazing how the things pile up inside of pots during the winter time. It's like my niece left her goggles over here. She wears goggles and the hot tub's really freaking cute. Okay, so the plan here. Is there more I needed to show you? I don't think so. We'll talk about that later. That thing's awesome, isn't it? Plan is to plant things. Plant things and make it look real good. The idea with the ranunculus is that I was going to divide them up. The thing is, ranunculus don't really like having their roots torn at. So I don't know if I should. But I was thinking, you know, I could divide these. Each one of these I could divide into two. I'd do one here and one there and one there and one there. That would be beautiful, but you know, I feel like I shouldn't do it. But just, I mean, come on. Wouldn't that be beautiful to have the ranunculus? It's not really going to fit there. I have some ranunculus tucked in right there with some of these beautiful osteospermums right back here, right behind them. So these will be, right, this will be lower. You get it, right? So there'd be two of those. And each one up here with the ranunculus in the front. And then the candy tuft. Either the candy tuft right here. No, I don't like that. I don't typically like white and yellow right next to each other. So in that case, maybe, come on. I'm trying to get this out of here. Yeah. One of these guys. This is really short though. I think that would be okay for it to be short because this would be much lower, and then I don't worry about the rest of that container. And then can fill in the front of these with some pansies. I have so many pansies. And alyssum, lots of lobularia. That was the idea, but I just don't know. I don't think I should tear those up. I'm going to think on it for a bit, and I'm just going to sit there and be happy with all the new plants. They look so nice. Jeff's mobile plant service. Very busy road here. I'm over at a friend's house. Talked about this, I don't know, whenever I got the Talavera pots, that this was purchased by somebody else to be a gift for somebody else. This is going to be very quick. Might be part of a vlog. I don't know what's going to happen. Just know that I had to gather my things, bring that here, going to pot up here, and then deliver it. But I thought I'd bring you all along for me potting up the base of a Talavera bird bath in someone's driveway. Enjoy. Well, I don't know when I stepped off like I was going to put you up on a I forgot the tripod. So you get what's going on here. Miniature weeping pussy willow. Beautiful. Have a tete-a-tete daffodil. Some greens here. Right here. Pansies. And then some ivy. Yeah. And then perhaps I'm going to work in some of these pincushion flowers. And maybe some of the greens. Oh, there's already so much green in there that I think that the contrast with the... I don't remember what that is. Ridiculous. I don't think it's ridiculous. It's just a red leaf lettuce of some kind. Oh, we'll see what happens. I don't normally go with the spillers before the fillers. The pansies are an important part here. And I know pansies. When I pull them out of their little 6-packs and put them in here, they're going to throw a fit and they're going to look terrible. So, working with everything else first, and then I'm going to work the pansies in. I think this is a Herman's variegated. I don't remember. Pretty though. Very full. Okay. What do we think? Still need to water it in. I think that's as much as I can get in there. Got some of the Delta Mix pansies, the Matrix Light Blue. So I'm talking about, the pansies, they look fine. Then you put them in and they're just like, I have to die now. So dramatic. English Daisy. Very pretty for some texture. Like I said, I think this is the Herman's Ivy. I'm not positive. Tete-a-tete daffodils. And that's it. Right? It would have been nice if there was enough room to get another one of these. On the other side, there's just not room. I'd have to start cutting into the roots on the willow. I don't think that'd be a very good idea. So, there it is. I'm going to water it in, let it sit for a while, drop it off at this person's house, and then I'll get back to my house and do some things there. Get some planting done. I know this is a very random clip, but I wanted to make sure y'all got to see what it looked like. Very pretty. Huh. I have no idea where we left off. None. No clue. Look at this box. Look at it. Could you even see it? I don't know. I can't see my screen. It's very sunny. Excuse me, Turbo. Oh, yeah. Plants. So a couple days have passed because I forgot that I had dinner plans that evening, and I decided that I should chill. I need to chill for a minute before actually sticking these, what am I saying? Before putting any of these in their containers, because there could still be some dips into the upper 20s, maybe even upper teens between now and mid-April. We've had snow in late April, early May before, so you just never know. That's not going to stop me from planting things up, though. I am going to get this done probably in the next day or two. It'll be in this video. Actually, it'll probably be what's happening next after we finish talking about plants, because I have lots of frost cloth. And I don't want to wait until mid-April because I like to start getting the summer annuals going in like early mid-May, somewhere in there. So we're gonna roll the dice and hope that everything's fine. And I wanted to sit and see how much I like these arrangements. Also, I was doing an arrangement for somebody else, and I wanted to get their arrangement done first so I could kind of readjust what I had here and maybe make another run to the store, which I did. There's more plants here. I needed some of the plants that I had for these planters for that other arrangement. Like I had to take one of these. Now it's up there, back where it belongs. I love these. The blue-eyed girls. That's what these were called, right? Blue-eyed girl? Yeah. Blue-eyed beauty. So much color. I just love it. You know, there's just so much color. Did I already say that? I don't remember. They stand out and they look so happy. I don't normally go for yellow, but it's just, I don't know, it's that happy, cheery yellowness that I'm seeking. I just want a lot of color. That's right. I'm remembering what was happening in this video now. See, I also filmed another video where I opened those giant boxes you just saw, and a couple days have passed. So my brain just sort of reset to, okay, I'm supposed to do planters now and then do some patio cleanup. I forgot. That's all it takes, a couple days. That's okay. I'm kind of glad I hadn't gotten to the planting yet because there's still more plants to show. Grabbed a few of these little daffodils. I don't know if they're tete-a-tetes. They're not labeled. They just say miniature daffs. This is why I have so many miniature daffs in my yard, because every year I buy several of these, and then when I'm done with the containers, they end up in the landscape, and daffodils. That's why I love daffodils. They naturalize very, very well. Most of what I have so far are things that I can carry over into summer. The pansies, they fizzle out. The osteospermums sometimes fizzle out. They need to be moved into less sun. And the pink, I don't know about those. The English daisies, I was going to call them pink cushions. That's what they are. Oh, these are cool. Can't wait to show you these. Things became such a mess because I was so determined to squeeze everything in the car into one load on the cart. Grabbed another viola. The $10 one that I said in the beginning of the video I wasn't going to get. I went ahead and I got one. It's a viola. Guys, I love violas. Guys, gals, everyone, non-binary pals, everybody out there. They're just so nice. Look at all the color. They're great, and they spread better. So pansies, at least for me, I plant them and they just kind of sit there. They flower, but they don't really do a ton of growing. Violas will spread and they'll reseed and come back every year if we don't have like really bad storms that end up knocking them out and washing all the seeds away. They have better hopes for being a perennial. I kind of like the more dainty flower on them too. I just wasn't seeing many violas. That's the only one I saw. So I was like, all right, it's $10. I'm gonna go ahead and get it because I haven't seen any others. Pink hyacinth. I feel a little bit stupid paying for these, but I did. I didn't have any bulbs ready to go, and they're actually labeled as pink. In years past, I don't usually buy pre-started hyacinths because usually they just say hyacinths. I'm like, well, what is it? I want to get them before they're flowering because, you know, you don't have them very long if you get them when they're actually flowering, but this was labeled. I want some pink, so there it is. I actually wanted some purple, but I didn't see any purple. I also got really excited because they had some rhubarb, and I've wanted to grow rhubarb for a long time, not necessarily to eat it. I just think that plants look really cool. So I grabbed one. They're on the bottom shelf. It was really hard to see, and I got home and realized it's a strawberry. They all looked the same, right? Because they're just buckets of dirt. Didn't check the label, so now I have an ever-bearing strawberry. I will probably give that away to someone. Grab some lettuce, butter crunch, red lettuce, and then some more of the English daisies, and a tiny little arb. It was so cute. It was just so cute. Look at that. All that green. I had to get it. Oh, and some more lettuce and some more violas. One more viola. $10 a pop. I was only getting 2 of them. You already saw those. The osteospermums. Here's all the little English daisies. Look at them. So there's some that are white. I guess they're all white, but they're aging out into this really pretty blush. See that, the white with the blush on them? So cute. Love those. I also grabbed some pots. These, I was excited about these. So I don't even know how long ago, several years ago, I bought a plant that was already in a container that looked just like this, but it was larger. And really the only reason I bought the plant was because I liked the pot. And just the other day I was over here doing a little bit of pickup over there, and I found that pot and I was like, oh, I love this container. I wish I could find more. And then wouldn't you know, I was at Lowe's and I found more. Here's that larger one. See, it's not exactly the same, but it's pretty darn close. I've been mocking a few things up over here. Look at all the, oh, there's so many fun things happening. The Fetsia that was in the garage, brought that out. Same thing with the, yucca down there, and some ivies, just used as fillers. There aren't a lot of spillers. I meant spillers. Aren't a lot of spillers for sale this time of year. So grab those. And I thought, wouldn't that be pretty to use one of these containers? This is 2 pots. Are they stuck together? Come on, you can't be stuck already. There we go. I just set y'all down so I could use 2 hands and get this unstuck. That's the other color. It's the same color as the smaller terracotta that's down there. That's all. I just like the shape of it. It's very cute and springy. You throw some flowers and a filler, maybe some of that ivy coming over the sides in either one of these. It's gonna look great. Some of these things are gonna be things that I'm giving away. Some of them we'll probably keep. I don't know. My main thing is that now we can start planting. You probably want to see the pussy willows. Look at them. Look at them. So this is how they came from the store. Like this, these are at my grocery store. At my local grocery store, they're like $10, $12. I was like, well, I got to get several of those. I've already used one of them in an arrangement that maybe I'll show you at the end of the video. Just beautiful. A little, not necessarily dwarf, but I guess dwarfed, grafted pussy willows. Dang. Can't talk in any of these videos. Not so good at this like I used to be. So, only problem with these is that the branches that are grafted, they're going to keep growing and do their pussy willow thing, whereas that middle part, not so much. So you're going to have to stay on top of pruning. I think that's worth it. Look how cute they are. And what a great price. So this one is the first one that I got. I bought one, and then I was obsessed with it, so I went back to get 4 more. I already used the other one, like I told you all. It's in something else. And I went and just put this in a clay pot with some moss on top of it. And how, I mean, come on. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? It's like the perfect little spring planter. It's cute, and it's simple. And these are the types of things that make really good host gifts, right? When you're going places, it's spring. There's gonna be all kinds of things going on the next couple months. Show up with a little pussy willow. I mean, really between now and Easter, there's a lot of stuff. People are gonna love that. I, of course, will have to keep one for myself because they're so stinking cute. Maybe a couple, we will see. For now, we've got all this fun stuff to do. And I just remembered that, that I have a whole bunch of daffodils upstairs in my wine fridge that I wanted to plant out. So I went ahead and I moved the windmill palm out here, got it moved over into this corner, and I think it would be nice to fill the bottom of this pot up with those daffodils and start from here, like from here and move forward. Later though, because my battery's about to die. So gonna go charge things up, and I guess we will resume on this later. Maybe ideally when the sun's not on me and on the camera. I forgot to buy potting soil. So I ran to Home Depot, I bought some potting soil, potted something up for a friend. Long story, I'll insert that clip at the end of the video. And then I went and grabbed some more potting soil, and I grabbed a few more palm trees. They were 50% off, right? The other ones were only $5 off. They were supposed to be 50. I talked to a manager. It wasn't a Karen kind of way. The manager had to come up anyways to approve it because they're 50% off, right? And since they were there, I was like, you know, I was here the other day and mentioned that I thought they were 50% off. And the guy's like, no, $5. And there was a language barrier with the other person. That's all. And they refunded me. I thought that was nice. Appreciated that. It was a very cordial, friendly conversation. And then I got 3 more because, you know, they're only 15 bucks a pop. They need some TLC, but these things are quick growers. They'll be fine. And I went in, I kept talking about violas. They had a few of the Halo Skies. They're not my favorite, but at least it's a viola. And a couple more of the $10 ones I said I wasn't going to get. I got 2 more of them. The Halo, that nice close up. Can you see it? Sky blue Halo is what these are. They are a really pretty one. And one of the issues I've been talking about, or at least alluding to, I don't know if I ever made my point because I tend to not always get to my point, is that the pansies are always sold in 6-packs, and so they're really just thin, and when you plant them up they look terrible. So I guess they're spending $9.50 on them. I don't mind as much with the violas because, like I said, they'll reseed, they will spread around, so they'll probably come back next year. But the pansies, no, I'll spend $10 on a pansy. I also grabbed one of these. This is for someone else, but maybe we'll plant it up here on the channel. It's a grapefruit fusion calla lily pack. They have these marked as 8 through 11. Is that your guys' experience? We grow callas all over the place here in 6v7. You gotta mulch them, but 8 to 11 seems a little bit conservative. Okay, now back to actually getting some. I needed potting as well. That's why I had to. I already said that. That's why we haven't planted things yet. 1, I was waiting for the sun to move. 2, needed to recharge my microphones. And 3, realized I didn't have soil. It's not any decent soil. I don't need a lot, but I just figured stock up while I'm here, right? May as well. Hey, what are you gonna do? Someone seems happy about a beautiful day. It's another beautiful morning, isn't it? I got up bright and early, got those errands ran yesterday. I came home to start doing things, get some things planted, as we've talked about multiple times in the video, the whole entire freaking point of the video. And the sun was gone. I forgot that this time of year, you either have sun or you don't. There's not really an in-between part. So, oops. It's nice having that extra hour of daylight, but just the angle and, the homes up there. So, once the sun's, right there, just no more. There's no more light. It's not filtering through a tree. It's a house that's blocking it. So, it was just dark. Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, this is fine. We get up nice and early tomorrow. Beautiful morning. It's 60 degrees. That doesn't happen that often this time of year in the morning. But then I got a call from my yard guy, and he's coming out, and he's gonna do some pruning on the maple tree, which I didn't really realize was the thing that we were doing, but okay. It's something that had been discussed. It does need it. It has some limbs that are starting to weigh more in certain directions, and there's starting to get some crackage where things are growing together. I was a little bit on the fence about pruning it because the tree that's just on the other side, the neighbors planted one identical to it whenever this one was planted. Not these neighbors, whoever lived there and whoever did. I don't even know. I didn't plant these trees, but the concern there is that if it gets too much of a prune, it might not get enough light to I don't know. It could be for nothing, but if we leave it like this, then it's gonna have about half the tree that's gonna end up cracking off of it. So gotta at least try it. Give it a prune, hopefully it'll thicken up. He's gonna be here in 10 minutes. There's gonna be saws and things going on in the background. So what I've been doing, since I'm well, it's gonna be pretty loud out here, I'm not really gonna be able to film very much. don't have the editing software working to a point where I can just like do work and then play music and you can just like watch me work in fast time. I can just like put clips together, maybe drop a picture or some text in here or there. That's about it until the nice computer gets fixed. It's not even a nice computer thing. I'm editing on a potato right now. Might just buy a new one. That's a whole nother discussion for another time. Just like to have a backup computer that like at least just does something. So I've been doing cleaning instead. Got an awful lot done. I know it doesn't, maybe it doesn't look like it. And I didn't give you all before and after, but I had my refuse, my pile of plants that did not make it through the wintertime, nor did I expect them to. It was a couple of hibiscus trees. One of them I just ended up not being crazy about the flowers on it. The other one, it was just one that I kept in the iguana cage. I didn't take it in the grow space because I already had a few hibiscus shrubs in the grow space for the iguana. And then there was a Chinese fan palm. I don't know. I don't remember. There's some other random annuals that didn't make it into the garage for wintertime. So got those all unpotted, pulled and put down there. Their dirt spread around, and yeah, patio's opening back up. Gonna be able to get in here now and power wash maybe this week. I don't know. And then got all the space opened up over here. Doesn't that look better? Like I said, I didn't do before and after. I was just like going for it. Shouldn't have done that. Should have done before and after. Oh, and I got the umbrella back up. I want to buy a new umbrella. There's a household debate going on as to whether or not I should. And I'm like, well, I feel like if I want to, then the answer is I should. This is fixable. The fabric comes back down. It can reattach on there somehow. But when it gets windy, it just blows right back off. And it's not my favorite. It's the material's really weird and gross and icky. It's just a really cheap umbrella. I bought a really cheap umbrella because we go through a lot of umbrellas here. They kept bending and splitting. But then I found out, unfortunately on the cheapest umbrella I've ever had, I found out that there's a pin down here you can turn that keeps these things from being able to be blown out of the table. I never knew that. So this umbrella's lasted a long time because it can't be blown away. Well, it got blown away once. That's how all this happened up there. Back to what I've been up to. Cleaning. Got all the old pottery out. All this stuff's done. This is all old soils or composts and things that are going to be spread or reused for, well, not potting mix. I might, try and rejuvenate some of the potting mix. I don't think so. Those are bad bags. I never liked them. They're really thick. That's not they're like juice. That's not a squishy. They're like compact. They were compacted. Just gross mix. Like you touch it and it's like, oh, this is muddy. I don't want to use those, but I'll spread them around because there's not much life in this. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of life in the soil up there, but it's mostly clay. So I'm in with gypsum and cotton burr compost, which is what's in there, and all that fun stuff. But this whole area up here could use a top dressing of some stuff for enrichment, so that's what I'm going to do with all those things. Yeah, that's it. That's lots of cleaning. I usually bring y'all along for the spring cleanup. This year I was like, yeah, I think I'm just going to do it because nothing's going to compare to the catastrophe that was gutting this patio last year. Right now it's just a matter of making sure that dead things are cleaned up. What is that? There's a ginger. Still a ginger left down there. I think that might be it. It's just the ginger. And then I need to clean up some grasses and normal just spring stuff. Anyways, yeah, that's the update of what's going on in the garden for right now. We'll come back later and there won't be a maple tree there, and maybe I will have gotten some things planted. I grabbed my daffodils out of the wine fridge. I want to plant a whole bunch of them underneath here. And in other spots. Apparently I have 50. I thought I had 20. Apparently there's 50. I don't know what to do with all of them. They're not the most beautiful They're called Bellabombe. It's a interesting looking daffodil. I'm not sure why I ordered 50 of them, but okay. I'm not going to put 50 of them down here because I don't like them that much. I don't want 50 of them down here. They're a weird looking daffodil. A very weird looking daffodil. Why did I order 50? Maybe that was the only quantity left. I'm pretty sure if you can order 50, I probably could have ordered 20 or 25, whatever the lower quantity would have been. I don't know. At the same time, I don't know what I'm going to do with all of them, so maybe I will just jam them all into one pot. That could be fun. This needs to be top dressed anyways, because in all the heaving and hauling, you have to kind of lay this thing down to get it out of the garage, because it doesn't fit through the garage door anymore. Lost some swell, so it's going to need to be bumped up, and when you're putting daffodils in pots this time of year, you don't want to put them deep. No reason to. Not going to be having much freezing temperature. They don't need the protection anymore. Yeah, okay, I'm going to get to planting. When we come back, there will hopefully, I don't know, something will have hopefully happened out here. At least maybe the tree will be pruned up and looking a little bit more tidy.
I got a little bit done, not much. There's so much noise in the background, so obviously I wasn't going to film just throwing bulbs in the pot. I figured I'd do 30 in here. Is that too much? I don't think so. Okay, maybe it might be a little bit too much. I don't really care. I want it full of color. I had really wanted to fill this thing up with dianthus. Like nice big smelly, that spicy clove smell, you know, big smelly flowers. And then I was going to edge it with lobularia. Problem. Always a problem. The plum tree sank down because of having to like lay it down to pull it out. And this is something I talked about last fall when I was moving it in. This had just been repotted, I don't know, June, maybe July of last year. So it hadn't had time to re-root itself completely. The root system's definitely expanded, but still not a lot. This, hold on, the thing was in the tiniest pot. I gotta show you this. Up until July of last year, it was in a pot identical to this one. This little 24-inch container. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it was. At one time, they were both in those pots. I don't know, I'd have to go back and look at the video, but I'm pretty sure that it was. So there's a lot of space to fill out here because this is a 32-inch container, I think. 34, whatever. It's a big rolled rim pot. So all the tipping over and everything said just the soil fell out. Soil, I lost some soil. Don't need to go into all those details. Lost a bunch of soil, so the palm tree sank down. Only way to lift it back up would be with a group of people because this thing is extremely heavy. But I figure I can work with this. That's okay. So I didn't have to dig down much to get the daffodils down, and right about here is where the soil line will be. So it's going to be just above them. These don't have to be planted deep. And obviously don't want to take the soil high into there because that could kill the palm tree. Right about there is where the soil line was. So I lost some soil from up top and from down below. There it is, daffodils. Still leaves me with 20. I don't know, I'll poke them around different containers and we'll figure it out. I am really still set on getting a bunch of dianthus and lobularia in there because they have a nice, sweet, spicy smell. Some stock would yet. So, you know, when you walk out the door, you're just like hit in the face by that smell. It's the best smell ever. And have the window open and have all that floating. Oh, I hope these aren't stinky daffodils. I don't want some stinky daffs. So that's what's going on there. I'm going to just cover those lightly because I can't just leave them exposed like that, and they'll be okay. There's the tree. It's not really much of a noticeable difference. It just came in and, I don't know, he reshaped it. He said he knew what he was doing. Nowhere near as hard of a cut as this tree had to have a few years ago. It was just more of a light prune to try and balance the weight of everything out more evenly. So, okay, so I need to get some soil topped off on top of there, and then let's put some containers. There we go. Nice, smooth, fresh coat of soil. And now, you just play around and pot some stuff up. I have been chomping at the bit to just sit down and do some planting. That's all I've wanted to do. But I'm glad that I went ahead and did a bunch of cleaning and things first. Like I just took the camera with me for that lean in. It's because my tripod's like stuck in I have a little short tripod. It got stuck in part of my hoodie. Let's start with this big one here. A few different things I could do with this. I wanted to just put something green in it, and then something that is just colorful. I thought about doing either this little arb or maybe this lemon ball cypress, which really needs a repot. Like, it's looking pretty bad. I'm having trouble giving it the life that it wants in its current container. The mix that it's in is holding on to moisture for way too long. So a repot wouldn't be a bad idea. I like the way these colors work together too. Those look good together is what I was thinking. I actually thought, okay, so I was thinking I was going to put this in there with the dianthus that's right there, and then just, you know, some pansies. Bright, fun, colorful stuff. But the dianthus is going to want to have that, you know, that mounded, kind of actually more of a vase shape to it, and that's going to grow into this. They'll be kind of crammed, and this is already on the struggle bus. I don't think that I should put anything in here that's really going to push into this, right? That, and I have a tiny little planter over there that I'd like to put the dianthus in because I want to keep it here on the table and I want to be able to smell the dianthus. This thing smells so freaking good. I can smell it all the way from over all the whole 2.5 feet away from there. I can smell it from 30 inches. That's all it takes. Don't have to be that close to it is what I'm saying. When you have a whole bunch of them certain times of the day, you can smell it like wafting around the yard when the temperatures are cooler. Neither here nor there. I've talked enough about how great dianthus smells. For this one, I also really like the way the arb looks in here too, though. I mean, that looks nice, doesn't it? I like them both. They're really not that drastically different. It's just this one already needs to be repotted, And I would like the way that looks in this container, and it would be going inside for the holidays, and I like this pot better. It's more neutral for going inside, so I should probably put it's probably the way I should do that. Yeah, that would make more sense. Okay, I've gone ahead, started to make a bit of a well in here. Try and get some more soil into that mix. Like how I've got this potting trough thing, and I take the soil and I still manage to fling it out of the sides. But it's better than anything else I've used on this table. My old table was glass, and I didn't have to worry about stuff falling on top. I could just wipe it off. But with this, the material, I worry about it rusting. So I'm trying to keep soil off of it as much as possible. I can go higher than that. Definitely fill this up some more. Because this, this doesn't have much of a root ball on it, right? Not at all. It's going to be some more quiet moments. I don't have to fill every moment with talking. Let's just enjoy some planting. Yeah, look at this mix. That's not great. It's just peat. So in a situation like this, I do get a little bit torn about what to do, because the best thing to do would be to get that peaty material off of it, because it's just holding on to way too much moisture for the cypress, but it's also a delicate plant with a delicate root system, and I don't want to tear the roots up. So the main thing I like to do is get in from the middle and just tickle it and try and support it and gently shake it. And usually you can get a lot of the soil out that way. Don't have to get all of it, but just want to get as much of it out as possible without tearing up those really fine little roots. Yeah, at least it's a nice cool time of year, right? It's nice and cool out. I'm not going to be as concerned about the plant. It has some time to recover and adjust to a new environment. This isn't going to have much left on it by the time I'm done. I was trying to preserve the roots, but failed. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it's hard to get that wet stuff out and still hold on to the moisture. Okay, well, you know what? We tried. It's all we can do, right? Let's just try. It was doomed if it were going to stay in that soil. We have way too much precipitation here for all that peaty mix. This is going to be outside most of the year. It'll be inside during the holidays, and then outside whenever temperatures are above like 15. The lemon ball cypress, is it lemon ball or lemon balm? I have no idea, but they're rated as hardy to zone 7, but plenty of people have been able to keep these outside in zone 6 in a nice sheltered, protected spot. Main thing is to keep damaging harsh cold winds off of them and to keep them from drying out too much. And also you don't want them staying too wet either. Okay. Keep going. I was originally going to set this to the back of the pot and then fill the front with flowers, but then I remembered that ultimately this is actually just a repot, a very necessary repot for the cypress itself, right? So I should keep it centered. It'd be better for the plant, however it's going to turn out into the future. I kind of want to come in here and trim it. I might do that. This could use a prune. Yeah, when a plant's looking wilty, even though the soil is moist, it means it's been overwatered. I've only watered this thing like twice in the past maybe month and a half. That soil is just holding on to too much moisture. So, need to, yeah, I'll come in there and clean up. I'm gonna go around, let's pick out some annuals to put in here. I'm thinking, I'm gonna do one of these lettuce. I already have one pulled out. A daffodil, I think that would look really great with that pot. You think I can squeeze some of those in there? Would that be pushing it? I already have the daff over here. So just have a hint of yellow. I have some darker tones from that lettuce, provide some accompaniment. That is not rooted in there at all. I don't know how that lettuce is going to do. I don't want to overdo it is the thing. I was mentioning I don't want to have too much in there that's going to push up against the base. I guess like the lower portion of that trunk is fine. That can defoliate, but I would rather it didn't. I just feel like these are kind of wide. Pansies have more flex to them. I kind of like the way this yellow and purple looks too. And it has the ability to go there with that daffodil, with that yellow. I like that. It's kind of getting away from the softness of the pot. I definitely like the daffodil. You know what? Screw it. Let's just put a little bit of everything in here. Why not? It's a nice thing about a spring container is it's not really meant to be permanent. The cypress I want to be not sorry permanently happy in here, but the next couple years, I'd like to keep it in that container. Let's just go ahead and squeeze stuff. Oh, that has a lot of roots on it. I was not expecting all those roots. Gonna have to dig down a lot deeper to fit that one in here. Well, maybe it worked out well that there weren't more roots on this cypress. Then I never would have been able to fit this beautiful daisy in here. And so that's all at the cost of, you know, potentially the cypress dying. Okay, let me squeeze that in there. Get a little push. Yeah. See what I mean about how that's pushing up into the foliage? I think that's okay. That should be fine. I don't see that really causing too much harm to anything. Okay, and then let's do another def. Over here on this side, I'm trying to get away from feeling like all my containers have to be symmetrical. And I say that as I'm just trying to make things symmetrical. So I know, just walking oxymoron. None of that made any sense. You don't have to have the same thing on each side of the container. In fact, I think it looks really nice when you don't. But it's just a hard habit to get away from, especially when we're fairly limited on options here too. Should probably try and put this down a little bit deeper. Don't want too much of the light part exposed, right? Have some swell up around there a little bit. It can be somewhat exposed, but not too much. Yeah, see, I think that looks nice. I think I can put some pansies in here. Is there room for alyssum? I don't, probably not. And the white ones, these would be better. These are the Grande, can you even read it? Grande White with Rose Blotch. These smell phenomenal. So good. I'm not used to pansies smelling nice. Maybe I just never stopped to smell the pansies before. But I plant so many of them. You think that that's something that I would have noticed over the years. I picked these up while I was doing things with the windmill palm over there. And I thought that I was smelling the lobularia. You know, that stuff smells great. And I stood up and I was like, oh, that's not a flat of lobularia. It's a flat of pansies that were right in front of me. They smelled so great. So one issue I have with pansies in the 6-packs, or smaller cells in general, is that they tend to look like garbage right after you plant them up. So I'm doing my best to be very gentle to not disturb the roots at all. It's nice to be able to buy these in a larger flat when possible, so that they just pretty much instantly look nice. See, I'm just, perfect little transplant there. Here we go. Sometimes when I plant up other containers, larger containers, sometimes they look pretty rough by the time I'm done with them because the pansies just fall to pieces. These are rooted in pretty well. And I have had these for a while now, about a week and a half. They've been outside. I've been trying to get them hardened off. They were in a greenhouse at the nursery, so they needed some time to recuperate. And I think that that helps keep them looking nice. I want a blue pansy in here too, but that might be pushing it. Wouldn't some blue look nice in the front? Something right here? Or just a different tone? There's so much pink. Frizzle sizzle. Nice purpley kind of blue color. I like how that looks. I like how that looks a lot. Got all the colors in there. I could still put the lettuce in the back here, but should probably just leave it open in the back. This thing, you know, it's got some competing to do for space now, only for a while. These will all be out of here in what, 8 weeks? That's why it's okay to pack them in tight. And what is it? The English daisy and the defs will be going into the landscaping. I guess I could probably actually leave those in here. They'd probably be fine. Okay. So that one's done. I am going to prune this up, but I'm going to wait until tomorrow morning to do that when temperatures are a little bit cooler. We're in a unusually warm heat wave right now. I think it's supposed to be 80 or 82 tomorrow or the day after. I can't remember. You know, it's typically been in the 40s and 50s and 20s over the last few weeks, so I don't want to shock it too much. I think I need to just leave it alone. I'm going to water it in, set it someplace sheltered from the sun, probably like over here by the fountain for right now, maybe even for a week or two. That would probably be the best thing to do. Keep having direct sun because it heads all those roots removed and pulled. And I'm like, oh, it is supposed to be fairly warm on Friday, so it might be a good time to water this in with a weak root stimulator and then prune it up. Get it looking nice. Shear it up and get some shape into it. That's what I meant to say. Oh my gosh, it's so freaking cute. You want to see it? I was going to start to clean out the trough to start the next thing. Look at it. Look at it. Look at how cute it is. Yeah, there's a broken beach ball over there and a holly that needs to be sheared back. It's so, I love the spring. What I've been saying this whole time, color. So much color. All right, I'm trying to find a good angle here. What do we think? We go widescreen? Wide angle, that can help at all? I haven't planted this one up in a couple years. I don't think I have. I also realized I need to speed this up. I've got all these things I want to plant. I can't spend 10-15 minutes per planter. Yeah, I guess I could, but it would be here for a very, very long time. What are you growling at? What is it? What do you see? There's nothing there. I don't see anything. Gonna do one of these little willows in the very center of this, and then I was thinking I might just fill the rest of it up with pansies. Color of some kind. You know, I've been thinking with this dianthus over here, I might just put it into its own little container so I can just carry it around with me and sniff it all over the place. It can be my own personal companion plant, an emotional support scent. Is that a thing? We can make it a thing. Oh my God, I think some people have like emotional support llamas and peacocks. You can have a flower. I accidentally turned the camera off. That's not how we should film things. Although, like I said, might need to start speeding up. I'm going to do the back row here with this romaine. That is very delicate because I think it's, I don't know, it could use about another week, I think, inside this pack to actually root itself in, but I don't have time like that. We're just going to pull it out and get it done now. I'd like to fill it up with a whole bunch in the back. This isn't going to be set someplace where it'll be viewed from all sides. It's just going to be up against a window in the house for a few weeks, and then it'll be outside. So I figure it doesn't need to have like the perfect setup of flowers all the way around, since we're only going to be looking at it from one side, right? I think that works. Is that 5? I have 2 more. Do I go ahead and just, I think maybe I should just fill it all the way in. Yep, that's pretty cute. I like how that looks. Another daisy. May as well, have plenty of them. That's what's fun about planters like this, is it's springtime. I don't have to be that worried about overcrowding things. Just pack them in as tight as we want to. I added the daffodil. Did I mention there were daffodils? Did you see them? I put daffodils back there. Cannot remember for the life of me if I had talked through that or if I was like, oh, I'll just keep going and then cut back to it later. I don't know. I have no idea. Can't ask me to think clearly when I'm busy trying to be a creative garden person. That doesn't work. I can't do all those things at one time. Gotta have a little bit of madness to get the beauty going in here. Nope, don't like it. Pulling that one out. I think I'd rather have the same color all the way through. This is so freaking cute with the willow. I don't think I want there to be a ton of color variation with bigger things like this. The pansies, they can be all different colors, but the daisies, I'd like for them to match. Might end up being a bit of a nightmare later when I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with some of these others. Sometimes the roots are too big and you can just do this. You just got to make sure you don't let them sit out in the sun afterwards, right? Because, well, you just rip their roots apart. Plants don't typically enjoy that. What do we think? Coming along. I want it to kind of look like a meadow, but miniature, because everything's little. I don't know what I want, but I mean, that is in essence what I was looking for here. I think I'm just going to take some pansies and just kind of poke them into the little spots around here. Maybe some lobularia in the front. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I was going to, that was an abrupt change in focus and zoom, sorry. I was going to go in and put some moss in here, but I decided I don't really think that it needs it. It's already pretty full, and the moss I have, it's a preserved dye moss, which isn't my favorite. It's ones that have the dye in them. And it got kind of wet, and now when you touch it, it turns your fingers green, and it's starting to fall apart, and I don't know, I don't really feel like messing with it in here. So I think that this is where I stop with this one. Let me back up so you can see the whole thing. That's really pretty. I really like how that looks. There's 3 of the, they're assorted, so I don't know the type, but English daisies right here. 2 of the Frizzle Sizzle, which are my favorite pansies. This one look better? You can get, yeah, there you go. Get a nice look at that one. Frizzle Sizzle. It was an assortment. I think lemonberry. And then I have just a couple of pansies that have this bluish tone to them. This one's flower is all messed up. The rest, I think it was called Cotton Candy Mix. So I grabbed 2 of the blue ones. The other one doesn't have a bloom on it right now. And then the Lobularia, the alyssum that is in the front here, is the Easter Bonnet Mix. I don't know what's the tag. Is it over here? Yeah, it's over here. Easter Bonnet. Let's see. Yep. Seem fitting. Very springy. I will actually probably... Oh, I have some little felted rabbits and things like that I could stick in here. That'll look nice. I'm going to leave this outside for a few days. I want to water it in and let it drain very, very well before I move it inside that. And the spot where it's going to go in the house, well, it's going to go right inside that window. I need to clear it out. So it's not time to take it in just yet. Going to give it a few more days. The willow, this will be fine temporarily in the house. The only thing about them is I know when these, as they're getting ready to do it, yeah, they get very polleny. These little fuzzy things pop open. They get very polleny. So I wouldn't put them someplace, I mean, in general, it would be good to put them someplace where there are a lot of drafts or air movement. Anyways, that'll desiccate the plant. But even more so if this can be spitting pollen all over the place. I can't wait to see this in action. The lettuce, I don't know how much growth we'll get out of it. For now, it's just a filler. Hopefully it'll pop up and do its thing. The daffodils, I think they're tete-a-tetes, are back there instead of sorted. They look like tete-a-tetes. We're gonna have a whole bunch of those yellow blooms in there. This is going to be where the cats can't get to it. The well, obviously the lettuce would be okay for the cats, and the pansies too, but the rest of the stuff, I don't want them chewing on them, right? Could be a problem if they were to get their mouths on there. On the other plants is what I was saying. Lobularia, I will say, doesn't do great in the house. So this is going to be a very temporary thing. I may even have to keep this in a manner where I'm moving it in and out and in and out. Like may just come in when there's company and then stay outside otherwise, because they seem to enjoy a shift in temperature. They don't like the stagnant air that you have inside the house. So I would think that they would do well out here. We're supposed to go back to having pretty cool temperatures pretty soon, so I don't think I'm going to see much growth out of the Lobularia. That's why I just kind of tucked it in and filled it. I wish there was more of this pink. They're just one of those, but I think that that goes really well with the daisy, doesn't it? Because this daisy, it fades out to a pink. So these are the old flowers. The new ones start off with just clean white, and then they age out to that pretty blush pink on the outside. But this works too. This is fine. I can't complain. I think this is awesome. Just imagine how good it would look if it weren't surrounded by dirt and there wasn't a mess in the background. Speaking of mess, I couldn't take it anymore. I popped the pool cover back and threw in a pump. It's time to fill it up anyways, because the company is going to be out here in a few days to open it up next week, a few days after this video comes out. And I couldn't handle the silence. I needed that background noise. It just brings life to me. And now I'm spending most of my time out here just watching Turbo, because one, I feel like it's dangerous having the cover down like that. It usually folds up. The wind got it and it pulled it away from me, so now it's partially underwater. Otherwise, it's perfectly safe. So just have to keep him away from there for a couple of days, which should be doable. Yeah, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you, BB. How you doing? You come over, say hi. It's just nice. I love having the sound of the water in the background. All right. Now chit chat. That's all we do here. It's all chit chat. Going to go get this set somewhere, and then same thing. Just gonna keep doing this over and over and over and over and over again. Ooh, that looks really cute right there. I think I like it. I need to get that fountain turned back on and clean up. I haven't cleaned any of this off. One of the monkey's heads fell off. Poor monkey. He's okay. It happens every year. We glue it back on constantly. Yeah, I think that looks good. I haven't decided if I'm keeping the green wall, because I think it looks pretty bad, but maybe when the palm trees are here and you can only see sections of it, it won't look as bad. I need to do some repairs too. There's a lot of spots where I guess it contracted and then opened and stuff, so you can see the lines. Need to brush those back together and But that's neither here nor there. Just look at this. Look at the pretty thing. Looks great. Okay, so now I think I'm just gonna start planting stuff, and we'll come back and just have a little tour of what I've gotten done. Whew. A busy day. Got all the planters done, and then I had multiple orders of plants come in. I filmed all of it. They're all gonna be unboxings, different videos. Got some real nice magnolia seedlings here. Here's some of the planters. Aren't they cute? You already saw that one, right? It's just a sloppy way to put the bunny on display there. I like this one. Just some English daisies in a cute little bucket. Come over here, get this set on the table with the rest. Look at that, what a beautiful spring display. Lobularia, more of that Easter bonnet in here with some pansies. Don't remember the names of them. Oh, and here's the pot. Look at that, doesn't that look cool? That's what I was talking about in a clip just moments ago. I mean, for me it was yesterday, for y'all it was just moments ago. Isn't it neat? Looks really pretty, but it can be so messy in the house. God, that is so cool. So much dimension. I want to play with it, but I won't. I'm going to put pollen over my hands. Willows are all looking good. I like them. This one right here, it's had a chance to take in some water and adjust. It might actually be getting too much sun right here. It's only been a day, so it's kind of hard to say, but the spot in the afternoon does get pretty toasty, and some of these leaves look a little bit cooked. Now, I don't know, our temperatures today and tomorrow, and I think maybe a couple days next week are going to be abnormally warm, but they're supposed to get more mild. I think they'll be better for everything. The pansies really didn't fit in this pot. It was a tight squeeze getting them in here, so I don't really know how great that's going to look. I may end up just having to moss over the top of that container. Oh, the daffs are already opening up even more. I was a little bit bugged yesterday when I only had one that was in bloom to put in this container. I picked that one out because it looked like it was the closest one to start opening. It must be so pretty. All that, this whole thing, it's so pretty. So much color. That's gonna have to be the title of the vlog, is just so much color. A counter, see if we can figure out how many times I said it. Oh, I'm not gonna do that. Got a few more things potted up. This will be in a separate video. Potted the dianthus down here, just in one of these little gray pots. Like I mentioned, I want it in something little so I can move it around a lot, so I can take it places with me. Meaning I can set it on the table. If I'm working on the other end, sometimes, you know, there's a little set down there, some chase lounges. This would be nice to have sitting over there because it smells so good. Smell it, sniff it. Yeah, you're welcome. It's a wonderful smell. Over here, I did a couple of the blue-eyed girl African daisies, osteospermums, in here with a nice big candy tuft. Good color with that one. I think the green from the arb blends in a little bit much with the foliage on the, what is it, the daisy, but who cares? It's fine, and I've still been playing around with these. I keep coming up with new ideas for them, so I haven't potted them up just yet. I decided to do the violas in here. Had some pansies sitting in here, and then I was like, you know what? No, I want some violas. And this is when I went to go get soil. I picked up some of these violas. They're the halo blues, right? I think. Yes. Halo blue sky. Very pretty. And they will act as perennials here. So that's nice. They're just already so nice and full. So I pulled the candy tuft out of the front. There's no way. There's just not room. I'm not going to get the candy tufts in there. I'll put maybe some of the alyssum in the front. This will probably stay in its container because I'm just not confident that these are not going to throw a giant fit. If I were to pull them out of this pot and try and pot them in here, I don't think it would go well. If they weren't in flower yet, I'd give it a shot, but they're already all budded up. I think it'd be a bad idea. I guess I'll have a price tag on here. That's because I can never remember if these are the Hilly I use or the Hicks use. I gotta leave that there. I'm gonna do 2 blue-eyed girls back there and 2 on the other side, probably. I think that makes more sense. It'd be a lot more full that way. Yeah, doesn't that look nice? So much, oh, I stopped myself, but you knew what I was gonna say. So much freaking color. And then I had an English daisy up here with this blade girl. I decided to pull it out because what's the point? You couldn't even see it. No reason to do that. Only have a few pansies left, so I have some lettuce left. Here's, if you want a name on that pansy that was over there, it is called Pansy. This one, I assume it's just the same thing. It just says pansy. Sorry, I like this one because it has that classic viola look to them. I realize I really prefer violas over pansies. I love the big flowers on pansies, but our storms and everything tend to destroy them so quickly, the wind and whatnot. And to me, like, my first memories of pansies and violas are of these really sweet little just purple and yellow flowers. Kind of like this, but not quite. Kind of like that, but not quite. I haven't seen them in a long time, I think. It's kind of like the old Bacopa. You don't see it anymore. The ones with the little leaves on them, it was really cute. You never see those anymore because they've come out with improved varieties that perform better, something like that. So That's what those are. I don't know why I went off on that tangent, other than to say I'm very happy that I did end up getting more of these violas, because I mean, they're a perennial. That's why they cost more, because they're being sold as a perennial. These are hardy, I think, like through zone 3. Does it say on here? -10 to -20. Okay, so 5. That's still very, very cold hardy and so much color. A nice plant for the cool season. Not going to do much in the summer. I like to plant them. Actually, this is a good talk about this. These are great to plant under the deciduous trees. So this maple right here, lots of sun comes down here this time of year. And that's when these would start to sprout up, well, kind of between more like later this month and then into May. And they'll get morning sun, afternoon shade. And as things get hotter outside, they'll get even more shade moving into June and further on, because the tree will flush out. Works out great. During the hottest part of the year, they'll have shade. During the cooler part, they'll have sun. That's exactly what you want. And they're so pretty. Look at that. Love those colors. And then, well, same thing over here, right? Didn't pot them up yet because I just kept playing around with them. I want to make sure, I mean, you know, stuff gets kind of pricey. I want to make sure I really like what I'm doing over here. This is absolutely beautiful. I'm leaning into yellow. If you've been watching the channel for some time, you know I don't plant a lot of yellow. It's just not my thing. I'm not crazy about it, but I like these tones. It's more of a soft, kind of creamy yellow. Is that a way to say it, or is that a gross way to say it? I don't know. Kind of a gross way to say it, but you know what I mean. Soft. A soft, sweet yellow. The bamboo palms, they need work, but I mean, that's what you get for 15 bucks. Not much work, though. They're going to get some bleaching out from the sun. I'm not putting them in the grow space. Not right now anyways. They have been sprayed down multiple times. I've needed them top to bottom. Then they're going to get a repot. Going to have to clean all the foliage off of them and basically start these over. Not all of them. Just, I'd say probably 2 out of the 5. These 2 right here. I think I just need to start them over. They need a new beginning. And they'll be fine with that. They're really tough plants. Hey, baby. He's wet because I gave him a bath because he jumped in the pool. And then this one over here. You've already seen this one. It's just the next day, so some things have settled in. A little bit more on them, not a lot. Pretty much looks the same. I kept forgetting to come out with my scissors and shear this up. It would look better if the cypress was not quite so unruly, but in the long run, this is better for that cypress, and why not dress up the pot and make it look nice, right? Oh, Miss Figgy. She's all popped out, looking good. I think I'm gonna get this repotted here pretty soon. May as well. I overwintered this in the garage, and my method was to just set it on the floor near the garage door in a dark spot and then do nothing with it. Didn't touch it for the entire winter. Worked out pretty well. Have a couple more other plants over here. Another trifoliate orange. Oh, I should not have had this sitting here all day. Oh, it needs water. So rip solace. Yeah, it'll be okay. It didn't bleach out, but it doesn't look good. Okay, all right. Well, hey, that was fun. Look, color. Ready for spring. I don't know about y'all. I need to get this one planted. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? Look at that. What a sweet flower. Hey, thanks for hanging out. Had some fun doing the shopping, my multiple trips. I have so much potting soil coming in the mail too. I just bought the Miracle-Gro because it was the cheapest I could find at the time in a nice, light, dry bag, but there's so much coming in the mail. I'm excited about it. I guess there's a whole bunch of roses and shrubbery coming tomorrow. Anyways, hope everybody's doing well. Having a great day, a great time, great life. Everything's going absolutely beautifully for you. Comment down below, say hi. What's going on in your gardens? Are you starting to do spring things? Cool season veggies? Gosh dang it, really? I need to keep these things out of the sun. I told y'all, the sun this time of year is so freaking intense. Just cooks everything. What are some of your favorite spring plants? Or some of the containers? Did you like the containers? All right, as always, and most importantly, everybody, keep on growing. Bye.